action. Welcome back to another episode of the Rip Through It podcast. And my goodness gracious, I didn't think we'd be doing it this soon, but at the same time, didn't even know when the hell it would have got dropped or leaked or whatever it was. This is a Rhys Mathieson episode. You got your own episode.
Dude, I feel like I'm on 60 Minutes right now. And I'm under the pump by you.
Mate, I'm the fucking toughest journo going around, buddy.
Yeah.
But a little rundown of what's going on. Obviously, Matho has been banned from AFL competitive sports for 3 years.
Yeah.
We're going to give you the timeline of how it all went down, what we knew, what we didn't know, what happened. It was bizarre as shit, and it felt like it was an FBI investigation.
Crazy.
Probably like the last 4 months.
Man, it went over for like a year and a half. But just before we get started, like by all means, I don't want this to be a feel sorry for me.
I don't think it is.
Or I'm the victim in this because I take full responsibility of what happened, what went down. I just like to tell the people my side of the story.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it could be a good insight of what happens to athletes that, you know, go through this process. But I'm more than happy to talk about it because, again, I found a new passion and I'm happy to talk about this. And the band is the band. So by all means, this is not a poor Matho or anything like that. So
and you didn't even try and like fight it or anything. It's like,
no,
oh,
not at
it's
all.
sweet as, but like you look a bit iffy on some things.
yeah,
but
that's why I like to tell a story because some things just didn't quite add up to
Did
me.
add up?
But at the same time, fully agree with, you know, whatever we went through. And just some bizarre events happened.
it was, and I was there for most of it. Well, pretty much all of it. Like
Yeah.
just like, and I was like, this has never happened. I've never seen this happen in life. I've never ever seen a local footy player get pulled up on something.
Yeah.
Especially since I've finished AFL playing against players who were just unhumanly jacked and running around and like, mate, they got full-time jobs. How are they that like big? Like,
Oh, there's some bigger boys out there than what
It's
they're not
crazy.
what I was, but
it's crazy. It's crazy to see, but yeah, you've obviously copped it sweet. You know that.
Yeah.
So the process was you got told today it was going to drop tomorrow.
Man, the whole thing of it's just been like emails come through just randomly. This thing's been going on for over a year and a half now. So I literally just got told today it's dropped right now.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd better get a podcast in, tell my side of the story.
We're always going to do this.
Yeah, we're always going to do it. Like we'd had this plan throughout the whole year because it was eventually going to happen. Just how long? But
Yeah, I wonder why they've chosen the most boring part of the year to do it too, so it doesn't get lost and they got their big fish. But so I hit up the Herald Sun, one of the Herald Sun contacts I have, and I was like, yo, it's going to get dropped tomorrow at 12 o'clock. The ASADA's going to leak some shit. So I was like, you know, get in the front foot and put it in their hands, and then they dropped it a bit early. So
yeah.
we were going to do it tonight anyway, do an episode, but everyone's probably tuning in now or listening on Spotify or on YouTube. So this is it. We're going to delve into it. The title of and everything, you've seen it all on socials. And before you make up your mind what the hell's going on, like, let's be honest, like, we don't really care.
No.
Like, you weren't doing it. You didn't do what you did to become a better footy player. Your footy career was done. You're playing local footy. And you were going on a different journey. So run us through it then. So you got... You just say Dilly. Dilly's from the Brisbane Lions. You got cut from there. You didn't do the trade. You know you weren't going to get traded.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. You didn't get picked back up. So what was Matho's world from then on?
Yeah, so obviously no trade, no pick back up. And then, you know, throughout my whole career, I've always had this passion for lifting.
You told me that early days.
Yeah, as you know, like I loved the gym at the Lions. I didn't always follow the protocols of, you know, being an AFL player and doing that type of weights. I always sort of dived into the bodybuilding weights thinking that'd help me on game day. But
if you don't believe him, he's got my YouTube account and it's kind of how you going, mate, because it's all just like C-Bum and all these guys. It's like diets and stuff. Like you are in it.
Anyway, so that when the trades and that didn't get through, I thought, look, I'm going to follow the passion, you know, the dream's sort of over now for footy. I'm going to follow my next passion, which was bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding, yeah.
And I have a high interest in health and fitness.
Yeah.
And so when I stepped into that world, I had a lot of friends already in there,
Yeah.
some mates who were, you know, quite big and whatever. And I dived into a lot of gym supplements. I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of them, you know, and some you just buy off the shelves and whatever, and some boys had their own. And I was willing to, you know, put anything sort of in my body to transform. I like the science behind, you know, transforming your body. And I really have a passion for it. I like to see these guys compete. And one day maybe I will compete.
Yeah.
So that is a goal. I'd love to be from a pro footy player to a pro bodybuilder. It would be a pretty cool thing in my opinion. So I had a really big passion for that. So that's where my focus went when I knew AFL wasn't going to be the plan.
Yeah, and you knew that pretty early days because you get cut and within like 2 months, obviously squeaky clean, like you're doing training, you came to meet with Darwin, play footy up there, like trying to like rejuvenate some talk around. You dominated. And let's be honest, in the VFL, you were getting like 40s every week, dominating regardless when you're in the AFL system. So local footy was fuck all. But I was on. We moved in together, and I was seeing this transformation, and behind closed doors, like your diet and stuff was ridiculous. Like I had my boxing thing. And I was trying to do your food intake and then, because I was meant to be fighting at 90 kilos. I was like 85 and I got to 90.
Yeah, you got heavy.
But you're like, I got back in the morning from boxing training and you'd have a big bowl of rice and like tuna and stuff.
Yeah, and eggs and all that stuff. So I took
You went ham on it though.
I went hard, man. I thought like, look, I've been waiting 8 years for this moment. Like, yes, AFL was the number one priority, but I always had this in the back of my head. And, mate, once I started doing it, I fell in love with it. And I fell in love with the process of, timings of meals and supplements and vitamins and pre-workouts and all these proteins and all this stuff that I wasn't allowed to have in AFL.
Yeah. We weren't allowed to go to Boost Juice and get a protein shake.
Stuff like that. So I thought, what, I'm going to have a crazy pre-workout now. And, and all this
Straight
stuff.
off the black market, those
I'm
pre-workouts.
aware that it's banned, right? I know, but at the same point, hey, I'm only getting ready for local footy.
Yeah.
These guys, they drink beers before the game. They go out at night before the game. I'm going to take whatever pre-workout. I'm going to take whatever sups I want. I'm going to be okay, So
run us through. So everyone was trying to get you to their team, all the local footy clubs and stuff. Yeah. You signed with someone because you didn't know you were going to play footy because you were telling me like,
sure.
Oh, I don't know, I'll play in Darwin, we'll see what happens. But you're burnt out. That's what happens when you finish up with footy. You get burnt out and you can't be fucked with it. And I was telling you how bad local footy was, getting tagged and bashed up all the time. So January came along and you didn't have a job per se. You're balls deep in the gym, and then Grange came along and they wooed you.
Yeah, so Wilson Grange, I wasn't sure about the footy for that year, but the best thing was Wilson Grange was a Queensland team, and I didn't have to go far.
Yeah,
and I know you played QAFL, and you did tell me the stories. I thought, it couldn't be that bad. Robbo's a hothead; he just cops it.
No, man.
He's a big name. But local footy's tough. The fire in the belly wasn't there for footy. It was certainly leading into gym.
Yeah.
And even throughout the year, I was still thinking like, man, if I wasn't playing footy, I'd be so much bigger right now.
Yeah, I know. You got body dysmorphia.
I really easily got body dysmorphia, but which I really wanted to be was big. And now I know how long it takes actually to put on muscle. Yeah. It was just only because I just started. And
doesn't happen overnight.
And because I had the footy body, it was sort of transforming into this non-athlete bodybuilding sort of body. So now it's slowed down a bit. But that was where I was leading. So I signed with Wilson Grange. In January.
Yeah. So the thing that you just touched on there, it's funny to me because, okay, from the trade and the drafts and stuff all went through, it didn't happen. And then it was, okay, I'm going ham on this. Don't know if I'm playing next year. You got big, because you're a big inside body for AFL standard. Yeah. And then you got double that within 3 months or whatever. And then you signed and then you stopped. Yeah. And you were struggling because you were like, okay, I just did all this work and got to a certain size, and now you got to stop doing it, and you got to play footy, you got to try and run and shit again.
Yeah.
What was it like going into that? And obviously I understand because I was there, but for the people listening or watching, going from AFL fit as fuck, getting jacked and doing no cardio, and then doing a shortest preseason ever in from January to February, and then started playing in March. What was that transition like?
Definitely not ideal, and this is why people say if they're thinking down the track, he did this to be better at, local level, or he's using performance-enhancing drugs to be a better... it just is not the case because it will not help you.
No. You couldn't even run laps.
Mate, I couldn't run laps.
You're cramping, getting home cramping.
My lower back was sore. I was doing soft tissues. I just signed with this team, and the coach, really good fella, Brent Maloney, looked after me so well, and I just felt so disappointed that I couldn't give because of what I'd done to myself, and thinking man, this team's just gone all out there for me. Yeah. I've got to find a way here. So just cut back on everything. Yeah. Everything. All my supplements, all my vitamins, everything. Had to be ready to play footy for this team. Yeah. So, but that was certainly tough being, 10 kilos heavier than what I was at AFL level.
It took you a while to get going.
It took me a little while.
To get back to normal.
Man, it took me a long time.
So all this kind of stuff, because I'd been with you every day, so I saw the transformation early days. So I was like, it wasn't news to me. And then the AFL, I remember vividly, we were down the cafe, down under our house, apartment, and then AFL posted a throwback of your photo, transformation.
Which was
probably what started all of it, to be honest.
Which was what made it go bananas, man. Yeah. And was I looking like that at the time they posted the photo? Not at all.
No, you're a twig. For context, I'll put an overlay right now. I'll show him, this is what Matho was doing. I've got the timestamps on the podcast. Yeah. This is what you look like. And I sent it to you these days for a laugh.
Yeah, we do laugh.
You look sick.
I look sick, man. I look sick, but I was perfectly healthy. I look sick.
But that photo, as cool as it was, and obviously it drew attention from, you know, who evidently came after you in the end. But like, I just want to like say, knowing you full well and seeing you every day and stuff, like you got to a certain size and then credit to you stopping during the season, but obviously that didn't happen in terms of what's in your system.
Yeah.
But you were getting bloods throughout. So before you started the season, you had a doctor who done your bloods, checked it.
Yeah.
Looked pretty sweet, like small traces of anything.
Yeah.
Nothing to raise
anything,
alarms.
like, I mean, if anything, it was the pre-workouts and everything like that, you know.
That shit's crazy because I had one of those things and I was shaking.
Yeah, I know it is.
And that's you can get that from anywhere.
You can get that from anywhere. And like, I mean, these local footy players, I see them using pre-workouts for game day to fire them up and whatever, but they never get tested. So
they're AFL banned ones, though.
Yeah, they're AFL banned ones. Like, I mean, there's not many pre-workouts you can take as an AFL
We never
player.
had them.
You know, we never had them. So, so I got my bloods tested, you know, full well, you know, what I've put in my body, whatever. I want to be right to play.
Yeah,
make sure,
back.
you know, I've been in the system. I know what's banned, what the protocols are.
Yeah.
I know if I'm going to be in trouble here.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wasn't shying away for that, but what I was doing was taking measures to make sure that I was able to play in a fair state of game.
Yeah.
And which I thought, and turns out to, you know, I wasn't, judging off their tests. So I took measures to make sure, yep, all right, I'm all good to play. You know, you've done your thing, come back in. But yeah, done measures to take the bloods to tick off that I could play competitively with everyone out at that level.
And not being that guy who's like fucking cheating. That's what
cheating
probably thinking.
and taking these things cheating. So yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah. So from I remember getting the bloods and saying like it's pretty much all sweet.
But the photo was
the photo was what kickstarted it all.
Yeah.
But the funny thing for me was like you weren't a better player. But that's like if people are like I haven't read all the comments to anything yet. But like if they're saying you wanted to get picked back up, I'm like that's obviously not the case because you're just like smashing the gym and you couldn't give a fuck about.
Bro, like my gym schedule didn't change,
which is crazy to me.
Like I smashed myself through the week. I trained. I did it every day. I did it after I played games of QAFL the next day. I didn't go out and drink or anything like that. Did it make me a better player? No.
I remember you coming home and like, mate, I can't get through a training session.
Like I was busted. I still found the footy and whatever, but I didn't play at an elite high performance athlete like how I.
But you know that though.
I knew that because I knew I didn't need to. I was playing local footy. I wasn't there to set the world on fire and get drafted. Man, if I wanted to get drafted, I wouldn't have done.
You'd be doing like peptides and shit.
You know, so. Yeah, and if people think it makes you a better player, it just doesn't.
Obviously, it doesn't. I can tell you that.
I wasn't in local footy to be a better player or to be drafted or potentially picked back up again. Otherwise, I would have stayed and played VFL.
The reason why you played footy was because it was an easy paycheck and like you were between like what you do next.
Yeah.
So obviously you got jobs now and you got stuff going on now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you're not going to go down and fucking get jacked and try and play local footy. Like you want to be able to run.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
Also, the avenue this opened up for me was like people reaching out to me saying, hey, can I have some help here? Like my body, you know, you've been at the elite level, you've changed your body. How can I put on size? And not necessarily to be a bodybuilder or put 10 kilos on or whatever. I actually enjoyed giving back to people at Wilson Grange and just people who would DM me saying like, hey man, I'm not feeling too good about my body. Can you give me some tips? Can you run me through your program? All this type of stuff, which I started to really enjoy. Like I started to thrive off, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm loving what I'm doing right now." And you know, the younger kids at Wilson Grange, like the inside mids, like come to me and say like, "What can I be doing? What like this and that?" And I started to love that side of the game, giving back because I knew. You know, I wasn't there to be drafted, but, you know, these kids loved it. They loved playing inside me.
Oh, it's the beast mode, mate.
Yeah, and that part of it to me and the random messages were just, that's why I was so motivated in what I did.
So you know what's funny to me? The post that I put out on Rip Through It was like the door knocking.
Yes,
so this was... So we'll fast forward because nothing was happening till this day.
Nothing happened, man. Like I was just playing normal footy.
I was saying like something's going to happen. I told you when that post came out, the first one of the AFL put up, I was like, they're going to come after you.
Yeah,
so you don't want to fuck up. So if you keep doing shit, you're going to get like front page. So it's funny how it turned out.
Yeah, man.
So August 3rd, you told me like, mate, like they're fucking knocking on my mum and dad's door
like this was
out in Burpengary.
Shock to me, bro.
And so you told me, I was like, stop fucking knocking on his door. His dad's trying to get like all this kind of stuff. I was making fun of it because because I knew that you weren't doing anything. So I was like, oh, fuck, who cares?
So we made that video, like we'd already been tested after that video.
Yeah.
Like, and that video was made, you know, a month later.
Yeah.
And I was meant to have my results in 2 weeks.
So when did you get your results?
So I didn't get my results for another 4 months.
Okay, so back up a second. So August 3rd, you got door knocked.
Yeah.
So they weren't there. So they're going to come to a game because they're trying to.
They're trying to find me so they can test me.
But the thing that they kept saying was they were randomly testing people in the QAFL.
Yeah.
But the guy, you knew you were going to get tested like a week later. I think it was a 10th or some shit. On the Saturday, you knew you were going to get tested.
I had time.
Yeah. To not play again. And you can't get done.
And not get done. So if I thought that I was under any indication of, hey, man, I'm using a bad supplement here. I'm not going to play this week. I'll be right next week. I just wouldn't have played, man. I just would have stopped and I could have, went around the next season. But again, the door knock made me get my bloods done.
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, let's just make sure. Bloods come back. Doc says, look, nothing's out of the ordinary here. Looks fine to me.
Yeah.
If anything, your testosterone's a little low.
Oh, so it's done the reverse.
So it's done
because you've gone off it.
It's done the reverse, all right. So if anything, I'm under enhanced. But so I got the bloods done. Thought, you know what, right? I can play this week. I'm safe. I know they're going to test me. I'm going to be okay.
Yeah. So you rock up to the game.
To the game. Who do I see for a random test? ASADA. So this is where it all begins, really, man.
And how many other players got done that day?
No other players, bro.
Just you and the rand test.
Just me and the test. So, I mean, previously in my time in the AFL, normally
it's
game
3 or
day,
4, bro.
It's normally 3 or 4 players get tested. For some reason, this testing was only Matho. But again,
on the back of what? Like why are they doing it? Because they have suspicion of a photo.
Suspicion of a photo. And I mean,
I don't get it.
There's suspicion
I've never heard of fucking testing in like a local footy game.
You wouldn't have thought.
No, I know.
Do something better than testing local football players, or at least be consistent in your testing and start doing it week in, week out.
I'd love to hit up the QAFL and be like, oh, how many blokes did they test that year?
Yeah, or even this year, I doubt anyone got tested.
No.
So be a bit more consistent and not make it look,
it was targeted as it gets, mate. Yeah. Let's be honest.
And I mean, like, they got what they wanted in the end. All right.
Yeah. So from my point of view, so who really gives a shit with my point of view? So I was with you throughout. I was like kind of giving you advice, like, mate, like, you got nothing in you. Your blood, sweet, go play. Yeah. Awesome. You got tested and then nothing happened. I'm like, oh, so you're right, nothing was in there. So Then 4 months later, we'll just fast forward because there was no communication, right?
Nothing, man. So I've played the rest of the season out.
So how early would that have known?
Well, I don't know. So if this had been AFL level, I got tested with something in my system, I'd imagine I'm not playing the next week.
No.
If something's detected.
No.
But I was allowed to play the rest of the year, which might have been 4 or 5, I'm not sure, a fair few games, all right? And hear nothing about it, go on, do whatever. It wasn't till November. I was on a holiday.
November? Oh, you're over in New Zealand.
I was in New Zealand on a holiday with a few friends and get another phone call saying like, hey, mate, you've tested positive to a illegal substance on game day. I thought, dude, what are you talking about? That was 4 months ago. Like, this is old news. Leave me alone. Hung up the phone.
Yeah.
Like, don't want to talk.
And then what followed?
I'm on a holiday. Well, what followed was another door knock.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when you were involved.
That's when I was involved. See, I never made face-to-face with the people.
Yeah.
So Emily was living there with, not literally living, she was just there a lot. So she was there, I wasn't there. And they're like, oh, we're after Rhys. And she's like, what? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
And I was like, they're dressed in all black, like, look like fucking police officers. Just looking for your whereabouts. I'm like, he's in New Zealand.
Yeah.
They obviously didn't believe you, but
no, they didn't.
They barrage of phone calls, emails, yada, yada, all that kind of stuff, right? And I don't know, I think we moved out of that place like a few weeks later. Yeah. And then it just kept going and going and going until they got contact with you, right? When did it happen?
One night my girlfriend was calling me and they're pounding this door down and she's like, she was scared and it's like, mate, there's someone like pounding this door. And I was like, what do you want me to do? I'm in New Zealand. Like, and it's crazy. Turns out it's ASADA. I think it was like 9 p.m. or something. The phone call come through.
But they wouldn't tell them. They wouldn't tell the girls who they were.
Nah, man.
That's the thing.
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't say like, okay, we're just looking for Rhys, but they wouldn't say where they're from.
Yeah, or why they're there.
Why they need you.
So again, that was a bit like I didn't like that side of it. Like
it's too much.
It's way too much.
Way too much.
And what they wanted back from New Zealand was my phone.
Oh my god, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
So you're running through that, like
yeah. Well,
so during all this, you were talking to AFLPA because obviously outside of
stuff's going down. I'm thinking like, what
obviously
the hell,
they'd hit you up and stuff. I thought it was just going to be jail time the way I was going around. But
it was potentially facing that if I didn't hand my phone over.
So you have to get off. So
you have to, or
and you can't touch any of it. You can't delete shit.
You go to court, and if you don't give your phone up, it's you're hiding something, and if you don't do it then and don't agree, it's a potential fine, and then can get up to $60,000, and then potential jail time. And I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I'm not a fucking criminal.
Your potential jail time for that.
All I do is have a new passion in bodybuilding, and supplements and all this stuff. I'm thinking like these people are acting like I'm a full-blown criminal.
They should do more of this, like with actual real dangerous people.
Yeah.
So you had to hand your phone over, but like you're skipping past all stuff. There was back and forth. You were in tons of meetings with AFLPA, and they're looking after you, which is really good by them.
That was good, man.
I couldn't imagine if you didn't have that and you had to hire a lawyer. It would have been expensive as shit.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I can't thank the AFLPA enough.
Yeah.
Like
just for the mental side of things, because they went ham on you, bro.
They were great, bro. Like the ASADA was going ham. And they frustrated me a bit because they kept saying like, oh, this must be mentally challenging time for you and stuff like that. And I thought like, who's for you to say when like stuff's getting hard for me? Like, and I didn't like that. Like, make sure you've got great support around you.
Is ASADA saying that?
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, shut up.
They must think they're doing like God's work.
Like doing a number on me, and I'm thinking like, who's for you to tell me? And if anything, it just inspired me to want to like train harder and do more stuff in the gym and be like, like stick it up them a little bit. But so like the back and forth, and then obviously I'm full of green here, so I've had to.
That's what you said. From the start of it, you're like, okay, you've got some stuff there that I didn't think was in there, but I know I've done it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I was squeaky clean throughout the season, so obviously something's just still lingered around
Something's going on.
early before preseason.
Anyhow, we've handed the phone over. I'm in a 4-hour meeting with them.
And for the people at home, just imagine like someone taking your phone that you can't touch anything on it, and that is going through all your histories, all your text messages, all everything, Instagram DMs, yada yada, like the lot. Can you imagine just imagine that?
Yeah.
I don't have anything to hide, but I'll still be shitting myself.
Yeah, so for me, like handing over the phone, like with all your personal stuff on there, that was the one that made my gut turn a little bit. Yeah. So I asked a number of questions, like where my phone was going, who was looking at it, all this stuff, and I didn't get any answers to it. I'm sitting in this meeting with these, two females, very nice and whatever, but just didn't seem to answer any of my questions. And they just took my phone back to a random hotel room and downloaded everything off it, and then met me at the gym and gave it back to me in the real quick, scheme of things. And throughout this meeting, they gave me pieces of paper with wording crossed off on it. And it just seemed like very unprofessional for such, a big, what they said to me was a big case.
It's their biggest case, obviously, because for their job to catch someone, like if they really wanted to catch someone, they can just fucking do a big random test through any league in the country, and they're going to get 6 or 7. But you're an ex-player, a well-known player, and you're playing like a footy. AFL's posted about you. They're like, that's the big one we can get. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm sitting in this thing like, this is a joke. Like, I'm getting pieces of paper with crossed out wording and rewritten wording on it. Like, that looks totally unprofessional. I'm thinking like, I'm showing these people. I was like, you can't like expect me to like take you guys seriously, can you? Like, I know I'm willing to do whatever you guys need, but this is like, you're looking a bit like a joke here. And, and then after the phone come back, I had another scheduled meeting, and this is all through my work. So I'm missing days of work, I'm missing days of income, and I don't know when it's going to happen. They just randomly pop up. I've got to be somewhere. Well, it's like they told you today, like they're going to announce it tomorrow. Exactly like that. So I'm in the dark, all right? So this whole time, so I'm sitting there, like, is this going to drop? It's been over 1.5 years now. Yeah. But so I'm in their meeting. We're going to review what's been on my phone. Yeah. And I have to tell them what I see. Yeah. So, and I had my lawyers in there on that, and it went pretty well. They said to you, I remember you saying to me, like the lawyer said to you, hey, if they ask anything, just tell them. You got to be honest, man, because they've got it. Yeah. They've got it there. And so, they're going through things, and they're bringing up things, and I'm scratching my head going like, what the hell? And one of them was, we did a promo for an energy drink. Yeah. A 7-Eleven energy drink that my girlfriend did, and she wrote a promo script up on my phone. Yeah. OxyShred, is it? Yeah, OxyShred. And that's illegal for AFL players? Yes. Yeah. And they're going through it, and it's like, do you know much about OxyShred? And I'm thinking like, yeah, I know it's an energy drink. And they're like, why is this written down in your phone? And I'm thinking like, you guys are kidding me. Like, my girlfriend's doing a promo for 7-Eleven and OxyShred. They're like, well, do you drink that? I said, I nearly drink it every bloody day. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I'm not lying here. I've got a slab in the fridge if you want me to go pull it out for you and show you. Yeah. And So they're thinking in their heads, oh, we're going to get him for this too. Like, he's going to start shitting himself.
So, yeah.
But it's like, mate, like, it's a fucking energy drink. Like, I don't care.
Energy drink.
If I'm done, I'm done.
Do you drink it like, do I have them for game day? And I said, to be honest, I don't know. I drink Red Bull game day. I drink a lot of stuff. I take a lot of things. Like, this is what I'm saying. I take a lot of pre-workouts throughout the year, whatever. And
this is all part since you finished playing too. Like, this is after after it actually happened. So that year when you were doing all these interviews, it wasn't even like an in-season of anything. You weren't playing.
Nah.
So like when they're saying like you're already over it, like fucking what?
I'm so over it.
It's like, what do you know? I'm literally in the gym every day. Oxyshred, I'd shelve it if I could. Like, who cares?
I'm not even going to be playing. But yeah, when they said that, and like, do you know that's got an illegal substance in it? And I said to him, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, I drink this product every day. I really don't care. So I was sort of getting fed up with it because they were just seemed like they were trying to drill me for a lot of things.
Yeah.
In my opinion, maybe they weren't, but in my opinion, it seemed that way. And then they get your web browser and they go through what you've been on and what you've been watching. No, not really. But
they have.
So they get your web browser and they get your time and your links in there. And there was websites I'd been on, you know, about gym products and stuff. And I'd say, yep, done that. I remember seeing that.
Like Curious George type shit. Oh, what can I do if I have that?
Yeah. And like, I just, you know, how can I get this size and all that stuff. And they have the time and the date. So, and I remembered a lot of the websites. But one of them, they brought it up, and it was a website just full of drugs. And I said, I looked at it, and I'm looking at my lawyer, and I'm looking at this website, and I'm like, man, what is this website? And I said to them, what time and date was that one? And they said, no, we don't have a time and date for this one. Every other website had a time and date, but this one that had so many performance-enhancing drugs, peptides, supplements. And I'm looking, I called my lawyer straight after. I said, hey, I'll tell you one thing, I've been honest this whole time, but whatever that website was, I've never seen before, and it was the only one that didn't have a time and a date.
So what do you think they were trying to, like...
I don't know.
Maybe it's been linked to some other stuff, or it's a site they're trying to find out who's using it.
Possibly, maybe they wanted me to admit to something that I'd done and or catch me out lying.
Yeah.
And it just was...
a bit sketchy.
Just a bit sketchy for me. I'm thinking, like, these guys really want to, like... get me for something.
They want to nail for something.
And then they started asking me, you know, do you sell these drugs? They got like, I had messages like, hey man, can I get a program off you? And like all this stuff. And like, oh, what are you selling? Are you selling? I was like, I'm literally emailing a guy a gym program to do. And they're saying like, so why did you do that? And would you get him? And I'm thinking like, can we just talk about what I'm getting done for here? Not what could be potentially happening. So a lot of this fishy stuff happened. And I asked a question. I said, so 4 months, my tests come back, my A sample. Why did it take so long when it's only really meant to take about 2 weeks if in the AFL world, as we're told? And didn't answer it. And I said, well, we're going to test my B1. B1 comes back within a week.
So that's the second test?
That's the second test because I've got nothing to lose at this point.
So when was that, sorry, after your first one? How long after that, after your first one was it? After your first test you did with them, how long was the second?
Well, it's not a second test. It's still a part of the first test.
Oh, so they just split it up
same
and do it again.
urine, you do an A and a B sample. Oh. So they've tested my A, the first one. Yeah, okay. Now you got the B, just in case maybe the A, you know, doesn't show a true fish. And they can back it up with a B. So they say, do you want to test your B? Absolutely, I want to test my B. I've got nothing to lose. I've tested positive. Well, that comes back within a week, not 4 months. So to me, again, I'm thinking like, so why did the first one take 4 months and you let me play a full season with games, but the second one, I can get results off you guys within a week?
Yeah, to me that sounds like, I don't...
And I just couldn't work
There's
it out.
There's conspiracy theory. Like I've got...
Like you can say, you know, Matho's the way it is, but for me, I'm sitting there wondering like, why did it take so long the first time and now the second time I'm marking and it comes back lightning speed?
So they've obviously... So the first sample, I'm guessing, they're like, okay, we need to do some full-blown due diligence on this shit and like see what we can get. And the second one's like, oh, well, we know I've already got it, so we'll just fucking give it back to him.
Well, yeah, like...
so I don't know, that seems weird.
I thought, like, you know, getting the B sample, here we go, I'll be waiting
another 4 months.
Another 4 months before the footy season will start off. Surely enough, weeks in, same result. And I thought, that's a bit fishy. Why did the first one take 4 and the next one take only a week?
If they were so serious about it, they would have done the week and then stop me playing footy on the spot, wouldn't you?
Stop playing footy, you would think, right?
Yeah.
Instead of letting me play enhanced throughout the year.
Yeah, that's sketchy to me.
For me, that was sketchy. So I had a very interesting sort of time trying to believe, like, you know, not that I was set up, just like, what's going on here?
It's got weirdness all over it because, yes, like you've never denied it.
No.
But the fact that it's gone through the route of like they've claimed random testing and they've done all this and then they've botched maybe something and they had to do it again with the testing and then done it like it just seems a bit how you going to me.
There was
but
a comment along the way like it'd been overseas or something like that.
It had to have gone away somewhere to like a proper lab then.
To a lab, like it'd gone overseas and like I don't know if I can't remember my lawyer said it or they said it. Like this has been going on forever.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the fact that, you know, B could come back so quick and A, when in season's probably the more important one.
That's what I'm saying. If they want to stop, if they actually if they're doing their job for the reason, they'd stop you then and there, right?
Yeah.
So for them to let you even play out under suspicion,
yeah,
isn't like, even though you weren't doing God's work down the Grange, but you still obviously like they think that you're still doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's weird to me. But so it's literally being wrapped up. It's wrapping up tomorrow. They're going to announce something. If they'll probably drop it earlier now because obviously Herald Sun did their thing and dropped it a little bit too early. But
yeah, and it's like
the thing is, I think what I want people to know is like, and ask the questions like why you did it, and you've obviously spoken at the very start why. Like you want to do fucking bodybuilding professionally, you want to make a career out of it. Footy wasn't like just in the back burners doing its thing. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just when I've been with you through the whole thing, it's like this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was a weird journey, and like I mean, and then after that meeting, like that was sort of like, all right, I've done it. I've told them, you know, whatever they need. I didn't hear from them for 6 months.
Yeah,
nothing.
So this was in 2024
November.
Huh.
Comes back to me like around the start of the final series of the AFL in 2025.
And they were claiming that it was always going to be confidential?
Not entirely.
Okay.
Not entirely. Like at some point, I think it was going to be always made public. And
because you got hit up fucking like months ago by random journos.
By journos and everything, man. Like
so they leak shit, obviously. Yeah, they want to show off their big fish.
Well, someone had leaked because like right now the sanction hadn't even been done until tonight.
Yeah.
I hadn't agreed on anything. They hadn't wrote anything. It still had to go through the AFL. So they were leaking stuff. And like I said, I was willing to follow every protocol.
Yeah.
But to be left in the dark by them for God knows long, like lawyers are calling me saying, I've got nothing for you.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm forgetting about it. Like
I guarantee
I've well and truly moved on.
I guarantee you if this was in a professional sport, it wouldn't be handled like this.
It would be done in a month, tops.
If that. It'd be fucking bang, bang, you're not playing next week.
So I didn't like the way ASADA went about this whole thing.
Nah.
Yep, you know, I was there. I agreed with him. I didn't really make it difficult. I asked a few questions, of course, as I would. But certainly a lot of fishy things, you know, like with the paper being crossed out, the testing, you know, just trying to get me for other supplements like, you know, just energy drinks. Like I'm a local footy player, man. Like I'll have a beer game day or the night before. Like, that's it. Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm not doing this podcast to be the victim at all. Like I'm well and truly copying my band and copying on the chin.
It's fucking interesting, man.
It's just interesting. Like, and I hope like taking people through this journey, like, because they haven't seen the inside of sort of what happens.
Yeah. No, mate, me going through it with you, I feel like I know a lot of shit. I was just like, I don't know, mate. I was like, you got to get someone to talk to you about this. Like, I'll say like, well, yeah, when it comes out, we'll do an episode because then it'll be good to like hear about it. Throughout the whole thing, I just remember like just days on ends with that. It's like they'd hit you up and then not reply to you, or they would chase everyone in your family to get you. Then they wouldn't like respond to anyone for ages, and it was just like mind fucking. I was living with you, and I was just like I don't know how you handle so well. I was like, okay, yeah, you've done the deed, sweet, cop on the chin, and you didn't ever say like, hey, I didn't do anything. You're just like, oh yeah, well, I thought I had nothing in it.
I also is because I didn't know if I was going to play footy again. I was moving into a different space.
I was telling you not to play footy.
Exactly. So I'd already sort of committed to this new lifestyle that I'm now in. But that is like a quick scope of it. There's a lot we could go into, and I'm happy for, you know, people to hit me up, journos, whatever, and I'm happy to explain, because I'm not scared to tell the story. I'm not embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that like it can reflect sort of on the club I played for.
Yeah.
Potentially, you know, I spoke to Lions about I didn't want it to reflect really bad on them because it had nothing to do with them at the time. I didn't want it, you know, to be an issue with them, anything like that. So it was all, you know, I take full responsibility of this, and it shouldn't reflect on anyone else but me.
100%. You weren't affiliated with anyone at the time.
Not at anyone at the time.
That's the thing that's actually like stands out the most for me is like when you got wind of it recently happening, you were talking to people throughout, you know, the club and stuff, saying like, hey, like this might be dropping at some stage in the next year. Like, if you don't want me around or whatever, like I understand, but it's not a thing. And that's what I love about you. Like you've done it yourself. You know you don't. You're not.
I didn't want it to impact
anyone else, but you're only doing it to yourself. So
exactly.
It's like that's the thing. And I was talking to you throughout. I was like, mate, like you don't have to do all that. And you're like, no. It's like I understand the actions. Like I was doing it, so it's not like I'm not gonna hide away from the fact. Like people can fucking tell that I'm getting bigger. The thing that pisses me off is that like you weren't doing it during the season.
No.
And you got done for it. So that's what I get angry about.
That one hurts.
But at the same time, like, hey, you fucking did it. And it's like with people doing cocaine or drugs or whatever during off season, they can get a trace.
Exactly.
Like months later. So it's like those things. Like if you do it, you understand the consequences. Good on you. You obviously weren't doing it to get better at footy. You're doing it to get bigger, which you did. But stopping through the season and then getting done, I was like, fuck, and you should just get going.
I'm sure if a lot of local footy players are watching this,
do you reckon they're shitting them?
No, they're probably having a good laugh saying we get away with blue murder.
That's what. True. Matho they're not going to care.
They're not going to care. They'll be having a good laugh. I hope people have a bit of a laugh and whatever. I know it's a serious, but it's not at the same time.
It's serious if you're doing it for the wrong. If you're doing it for those reasons to get better at footy and to like bitch people on field and stuff.
Exactly.
But if you're not doing it for that reason.
I'm glad I put on a few to play local footy. But to everyone like the Lions and like Wilson Grange and people even just reaching out for me support, like I had these people had my back. So the whole time I was in the dark, I just felt comfortable.
Yeah.
And talking to people in the club, like in particular Brisbane, which is a club I love.
Really?
Like the way they spoke to me and handled it, it just is why they're such a good club. Like they're amazing there with their past players and stuff like that. So that was a comforting part for me through all this, and obviously my friends, all the support from you guys. So, but that was
what's next for Big Maddage. Like I know I've been talking to you. Like I see you every day. I talk to you about the podcast and like on the shit. We annoy the fuck out of each other. You're still in the gym, smashing the gym. Now we know you're not doing it. You're not playing footy for 3 years. I know you're not going to play. Like you might do a few one-off games with me after that, whatever. But I know you're so fixated on this gym thing and healthy living with diet and stuff. Like, is it? I just want to ask you a couple of random ones. Is it like surprising to see how many people are doing certain things like that in the industry? Like, or is it because we hadn't seen any of this shit until
you're in it.
Till you're in it. So,
there's. Like you don't realize until you're in it, like how many people are doing it.
Yeah, we were talking about it. I was like, how many in a gym do you like? One in a gym? How many of those people do you reckon? I said like 2 or 3, probably on like strong supplements or oral stuff or whatever it is. Yeah. So and you're like, nah,
there's a lot.
No, way more.
And it can depend on what gym you go to, but like, even like athletes playing other sports, there's plenty of them out there.
Yeah,
like, and I know for a fact. Yeah, and I've spoken about it to them. And, and whatever, just through my experience, like I'm not scared to talk about this at all.
No.
I'd say, so I've spoken about it to other athletes who are playing local competitive sport. But it's out there. Once you're in it, it is out there, and there is ways to do it and still play local sport. And I thought I did a way that I could.
Yeah.
And certainly take all these supplements. Whether it is for people wanting to do it for performance enhancing or just a passion in the gym, which mine was. So there is plenty of ways to do it. And
do you feel like it's somewhat of a blessing at the same time? Because like
a little bit,
because I told you, fucking local footy sucks ass.
Yeah.
And seeing your transformation again and the way like it's your passion. Like if anyone knows you, it's you like you don't drink, you don't do anything else, you don't eat junk food unless you're bulking. Like your diet's fucked.
Yeah.
And you love it. So like, do you reckon it's like it's giving you an opportunity to have a crack at it?
Yeah, it's really like it's like sort of now like it's a little blessing. Like, do I miss the game? Yes. Do I miss lacing up on some Saturdays? Hell yes.
Yeah.
I'm a competitor. I love playing. I love playing even local level, but I don't miss it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like I've been able to give back in a better way now that I haven't been playing.
Yeah.
Whether that's just advice to people in the gym or advice to footballers coming through when they hit me up, hey man, I want to do this or do that. And I like giving back. Like, I've realised I like doing that.
Probably the best thing is with that, everyone's going to say, oh, who's he helping out? Like, no, he's not helping out like that stuff. He's helping them out like how to naturally. There's like in the gym where there's natty and unnatty. And obviously you got the same thing, but if you want to go fucking crazy, I can get you to there, but you can't do that.
And even just like, I had time, like I had, close friends hit me up. They had like, try out for carnivals and stuff, I went down on my Saturdays and did skill sessions.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of knowledge I learned through the AFL and just helped these. And I took great satisfaction out of that, like helping friends and their kids and whatever, just for a training session for an hour on a random day, and then saying like, hey man, you should be doing this in the gym, or stop doing that one and start doing this. So I enjoyed that, and it gave me a lot of time to do that. And it also gave me a lot of time to be able to get on the podcast and this is a new passion of mine as well. And being able to travel with you, Rob, and do these things. And
it was funny to me that you're like, oh man, like I'm sorry and stuff. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what do you mean? This is your personal life. I don't care.
So it's been able, I've been able to interview players on their careers, and so I still feel in touch with the game, which is the best thing about it. Like, no, I can't play, and I bloody miss it. Yeah, but I still get.
You get to talk about it twice a week. You
twice a week. I watch games flat out. I don't miss them now on the weekend. You know, get to still see the boys win premierships, and for me, that's still enough. Yeah. But who knows? By the time 2027 comes around, it could
I'll be like that. This year's gonna be fucking over already.
Absolute bust sitting out of the goal square and kicking 100. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think you will, because I'll probably be targeting you again, bro. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Like, I've been with you on this journey, so it's been interesting to me to see it all. So if anyone's got any questions and stuff, or how it actually unfolded, we can do a part 2, whatever it is. But fuck, man, like the way you've handled it, and everyone's gonna be like, why are you pumping him up? He's done he didn't give a shit about football. Like, he wasn't there to get better at footy. So to me, it's like I laugh at it, because like I know there's so many players in like just a QAFL alone, like that are jacked up, and like, oh, do you think they're natty? It's not like that. So. Are you going to compete in bodybuilding one day?
Man, I like that. Like right now, that's a goal in my head. Like, I'm still developing out of this footy frame. It's getting there. I've still got like athletic sort of footy legs. They're growing. It's taken a long time, but that's where I want to get to. For me, it'd be cool to say like made it top level at footy, and now I've somewhat made it to a pro level in bodybuilding.
When's that those games coming around?
Yeah, the enhanced game. You got an ambassador right here. I'll pump you guys up. But in saying that, like now, like gives me time. We get to do cool content, and we're going to do grassroots content and give back to whatever when we can in 2026. So we're going to find ways, and that's for me. We still get to stay in touch with the game. Yeah,
to me, I don't care at all about it. It's just funny that it's taken this long. Yeah, it's crazy. And the process was terrible.
Yeah, it was a terrible process. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's how they run it, because I've never.
No, they don't. Like, so hasn't someone been done in the AFL for like illicit substance and it was bang, you're done.
Yeah,
it was not like fucking quick. A year and a half later they're going to announce it. So no, mate. Honestly, like, thanks for coming on. I know that like you're going to get barraged and your phone's going to be blowing up.
I know. Rob Dog was tired. I had to call him and say, "Hey, we got a
motherfucker." I had all the kids here tonight, and I was like, last night I have them for the week, so I was like, hey, you know what, this is more important. So hey, keep doing you. I know you're gonna excel in the gym industry when you get fully stuck into it. And it's 3-year ban, brother.
That's it, man. And for those who want to know a little bit more, drop me and Rob some questions, or hit me up. I'm happy to answer any journos or whatever you guys want. I'm happy to talk about it. It is an interesting experience I'm going through, and one that I don't mind talking about.
Just email ripthrough@gmail.com, and I'll flick it under Matho, and the people will handle it. So if you want to talk to him, I'm sure you get his number. Fuck, they've already got it. They've been messaging for like months now. Yeah, all right, that's it, Matic. Fucking hope everyone enjoyed that, because that was from the heart. He was honest, open, and he just accepted it from the get-go. So
that's what it is.
We'll see what's next, Mark.
Let's go.
Peace.